This meeting is being recorded.
G'day. This is Cece from Generation Wellness Global. And I want to do a quick video today about a book that I find really handy, or I did when I was first coming into how to better nurture, how to avoid nasties. And it's The Chemical Maze. I'm still getting used to The Chemical Maze. So this is a little shopping companion, and you can get it as an app as well. So I highly recommend having it as an app on your phone, and then you can save having to carry it around, because I'm just a book person, but most people have caught up with the 21st century. And all it is, you can see a little chart in there. So it gives you a number. So you'll see food colorings and additives have numbers, and you can look up the number and it will say, so 101 is a color, but it's actually a good color because it's based on riboflavin, vitamin B2. Whereas 102 is tartrazine, which is considered to give headaches, insomnia, aggressive behavior, recommend to avoid asthma, behavioral problems, difficulty concentrating. So this is in our food, right? Neurotoxicity, depression, may be contaminated with the carcinogen benzodine. So some rate a little bit higher than others. And it gives little smiley faces as well, like whether they're one smile or one frown, or so to say, if it's a color, if it's a preservative, you can go through the names of a lot of things added to your cosmetics and skincare. So you can look up acetylated lanolin alcohol, which is an antistatic and emulsifying in skincare and hair conditioning. So some things, mine's a little bit out of date now. I've had it for a little while, but by Bill Statham, if you want to find it. But he's gone through and just made such a comprehensive, I'm sure the updated app will have far more new information about all the research behind, but we have like 80-something thousand chemicals now in our food, in our personal care, in our products. And so we might need to know a little bit more about some of those before we put them in and on our bodies. So, because it's overwhelming, right? There's so much information out there. There's so many different, like 80,000, you can't know 80,000 different chemicals, nor should you have to, but unfortunately that's the world we live in. I found a really good rule of thumb in general is anything that starts with a 1, a 2, or a 3, and that's not all, but particularly if it starts with a 2, it's a preservative, and they're generally frowned upon. Colors are 1s are colors, 2s are preservatives, 3s are now let me get my head right, acidity regulators usually. So colors are a bit of a mixed bag. Some of them are really bad. Some of them are from natural things and quite fine. So turmeric is a natural color, and actually has antioxidant properties and lots of health benefits. So hooray. But you can also get sunset yellow as an alternative, and can cause asthma, rhinitis, nausea, behavioral problems, vomiting, urticaria, diarrhea, hyperactivity, liver toxicity, may be contaminated with carcinogens. So, yeah, some are good, some are less good. And that's why something like this is really handy, because you can just become a little bit more familiar with, okay, 100 not so bad. 110, really bad. But I generally avoid things unless they say they have natural colors, and even natural flavors can just be it's trademarked, we don't want to tell you. So you kind of need to look into things a little bit and learn a little bit as you're going. Unfortunately, we do kind of have to be experts in our own health because there's so much going on, like things added to our food that aren't good. And that not just food, medicine, skincare, you know, all our cosmetics and many things contain toxic ingredients. And they say the average woman doing her personal care, skincare routine with makeup and what have you puts about 200 chemicals on her body every day. Now, if you look at that, that's absorbed into your skin, that goes to your liver. It quite often gets shunted into bone or fat cells to keep it away from vital organs, which causes all sorts of other health issues. And it's just, it's a, you know, it's a big issue because we're surrounded by all of this stuff that we can't identify anymore because it's all just numbered and produced in a factory and put in everything. And so it's good to have little tools like this that just help. Another little way that I think about it is if you, firstly, I've said to a friend's child when she wanted to eat this thing, I said, can you identify what's on the label? She just laughed at me because there are about 20 ingredients we couldn't even pronounce. But the other thing is if there's less than 5 ingredients on the label, you're usually onto a pretty good thing. There's not too many colorings and additives and preservatives because usually it takes about 3 or 4 ingredients to make something. So if there's less than 5 ingredients on the label, you're doing okay. Another thing is the sweetest fruit. Now, sugars in fruit is completely different to processed sugar. However, the sweetest fruit is about 10% sugar. So if we go for something less than, they say less than 10% sugar is pretty good. Less than 5%, even better. Again, processed sugar is not great, but if you can keep it in a more healthy range, obviously that's better. So even some healthy breakfast cereals are at 26% sugar, which is just, that is not good. People want to know where heart disease is coming from. So I just thought I'd share because it's a neat little tool. It comes as an app, which, you know, you can have on your phone, and just when you find a new product at the supermarket that you're interested in, you can quickly look it up. You can talk to your kids about, you know, they don't need to know all 80,000 chemicals, but you can give them an understanding of what they're looking at when they're looking at numbers, when they're looking at different things on the label, and how to sort of start to check if it's something they might want to consume or not. You know, we're taught that our body is a temple, and for it to function, and our body has so much capacity for health and healing if we get out of its way. But the more of this that we put in and get in the way, then the harder it is for our body to do its natural healing processes. So we really need to get back to real food, whole foods, but also just an awareness, because not everything is bad. And it's actually reassuring to know, you know, you can find some natural colorings and things, and you can have things that are known to be pretty nourishing in your cosmetics or skincare that are an alternative. So if you can find products with those you're onto a better thing. So, we do the best that we can with the knowledge that we have, and that's just one little tool to sort of help us, because we can't have all the knowledge about every chemical. It's just, it's so far beyond when you've got so many chemicals in everything. So it's a good little tool, and I just wanted to share. So if you have been using it, or you have something else that you use, if you have another way of knowing or remembering, or ways that you read labels, I would love to hear. And don't go into any of the health star ratings or anything. I don't know what they base that stuff on, but yeah, so it's good. We need to empower ourselves with some knowledge and information, because there's a lot that is still used when it's known to have side effects and when it's known to affect negatively. And so it's good to be a little bit aware and to have tools. So I wanted to share that one because it's been really handy for me, and I know it can be super simple to just pull out the phone and check something out. So it's a good one to have. All right, have an awesome day, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you have something in particular you want me to talk about, please ask. If you find this interesting, please share or like or subscribe, and I'll share all sorts of other interesting, weird and wonderful things that I've come across on my journey. Physical health, emotional health, spiritual, I kind of cover it all. So you never know what you're going to get. Bit of a mixed bag, but I welcome you to join me and just share, because we learn from each other on this journey. And I appreciate that you've been here and listening to a little piece of my journey as well. And I hope it benefits you. All right. Have an awesome day, guys. Bye.